So I'm calling this one of the biggest changes in college sports. A federal judge recently ruled that Division I colleges can pay athletes directly. The move could begin as early as next month by sharing up to $20.5 million per school year. Here bringing a unique perspective is 11Alive sports anchor Marcus Graves, who is a former running back for the Ducks at Oregon State, and he lived both sides of it. He's now a journalist with us, and so I'm sorry, the Beavers, Oregon State Beavers. I'm looking at the Beavers. My bad, Marcus. Talk to me about your reaction to this ruling.
Well, first of all, my first reaction is, man, I wish I would have played a few years later, man, so I could have got a check, man, because it sounds great. To be honest with you, man, big time. It's huge because I think it's giving a lot of younger athletes, and especially former college athletes, a new perspective on college sports. I think every time we've had this conversation, and this conversation has been brought up multiple times, it's always fallen back to where you're a college athlete, so you should not be getting paid like a professional. You should not be treated like a professional. Now we have the schools being able to pay for their college athletes directly. I think that changes everything, because now if you're a college athlete, you have so many other things other than just football to think about, not only when you're being recruited, but when you're there playing. I know, just for a quick example, when I was there, getting a scholarship check is great. Don't get me wrong. I thought it was the most money at 17, 18. That's probably the most money I've ever seen in one sitting. Mm-hmm. Now you've got kids who can get paid by their own school personally, say $1 million if you're a quarterback. That is absolutely insane. And just when that happened, I was extremely happy for the athletes. I'm just hoping they find a way to kind of cage it in, which they're trying to right now. But in general, huge, massive news. And again, my man, I think I'm about 5 years, 6 years, a little too late.
But now, did I hear that they're reaching back though? Would you be able to be eligible for any of this money?
I am, surprisingly. Now it does depend on, you know, the range that you have played, where you played, your school, how much marketing they had. So I actually did go back, because anytime they say free money, my man, you got to go back and get it. But I did go back and see, and I was eligible to get a few dollars, nothing, no millions of dollars, because if I did, man, I think you would definitely know, because I'd be walking through that studio a little different. But for the most part, yeah, they did reach out to us and say, hey, this did just happen. If you do want to fill out this form, you can see how much money you would get, and just go back and, like I said, get a few dollars, which was really cool. I'm happy they're still taking care of the former athletes and not just taking care of the athletes now and then the athletes to come. I think that was very cool.
Yeah. Give me a little bit of your insight on this. Now, critics are worried that this may go to, men's football and basketball. Obviously, those are the revenue drivers for a lot of schools. But what about women's sports and some of those non-revenue sports? Will they suffer from this?
Personally, I don't think so. I think we're seeing it right now where women's sports is really taking off, and it's a shame that it's taken so long for it to take off. But at the same time, this might be a massive outlier. But you look at Caitlin Clark. Obviously, she brought in a ton of revenue, not just for Iowa, but just for women's sports in general. I think if the school is serious about doing this and wanting to pay their athletes, whether that be football, basketball, softball, track, you name it, as long as they make sure that they're being responsible and understanding it's not just football, it's not just men's basketball. There's other sports that need to be taken care of as well, because they're also driving in a lot of revenue. Great example I can give you is Oregon State's, when I was in our women's basketball team, was way better than our football team. Mm-hmm. They should, if NIL was involved right there, they should have been making more money than us, because they're driving in more viewers, they're driving in more championships, and they're driving in more traffic to Corvallis, Oregon. Now, we don't know how it's going to look. I don't think teams will suffer as long as the schools are responsible, and as long as who's ever calling those shots at the university is being responsible, knowing that we have to not just look at men's basketball, but look at football, look at women's basketball, look at swimming, look at whatever's driving the revenue there, but also just knowing that there's other sports other than those two involved.
Gotcha. 11Alive sports anchor Marcus. Marcus, we appreciate you. And folks, don't let him fool you. He walks around the newsroom like he's walking on money. It's all good. Or it's the shoes. One or the other. Appreciate you, Marcus.
Hey, appreciate you, man. Take care, man.
Take care.